Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so happy to see you. It is a gloomy day today, I'm afraid, which means it's cloudy and dark outside. So instead of pledging to our big flag outside, I have my little flag inside. So stand up, put your hand on your heart, and let's get ready to say the Pledge of Allegiance and start our day. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. We're still talking about insects today, so I hope you have your scientist hat to put on because we are going to do some more exploring. If you remember a few weeks ago, we talked about things that hatch from eggs. Do you remember some of those things? Let me think. I think I hear someone said chickens, and oh, I heard ostrich. Do you remember the big ostrich that hatches from the egg? And baby ducks, spiders, and I heard someone say butterflies. Well, butterflies do hatch from eggs, but do you know when they first hatch out of the egg, they are not a butterfly. Can you believe that? They hatch from eggs and first they become one of these, a little caterpillar. Now, I went out this morning and I looked high and low to see if I could find a caterpillar, a real live one to share with you today, but it's just too cold for them to be out yet. So hopefully maybe in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to show you some real caterpillars. But I want to tell you a little bit about how a butterfly comes to be, because this doesn't look like a butterfly, does it? But you know what? It's going to make a big change and it's going to be a butterfly. And I'm going to read you a story about that today too. And I think you might have heard it before. But first, let me show you how this little caterpillar becomes a butterfly. So let's take a look at how butterflies come to be. First, we know they start out with eggs because we learned about butterflies hatching from eggs. So here are some eggs on this nice green leaf. And when they hatch, out pops a caterpillar. Not a butterfly yet, just a caterpillar. That caterpillar is going to eat and eat and eat and get big and fat. And then he's going to climb up on a tree and he is going to make himself a little chrysalis or a cocoon. And a chrysalis is like a little blanket wrapped all around him that keeps him nice and warm. He makes it. It comes right out of his body and he wraps it around himself and goes to sleep for a couple of weeks. And after a couple of weeks, he starts to nibble, nibble, nibble. And look what change happened while he was inside that chrysalis. When he comes out, he is a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. If you remember last time, I showed you some real bugs or insects, and they were not alive. They were in little plastic cases. Well, I have some of those to show you for the life cycle of our butterfly. I want to show you some real eggs and real caterpillar, a real cocoon and chrysalis, and a real butterfly. This happens to be a moth, not a butterfly, but they look very similar. So let me show you those. Now they're real, but they're not alive. So don't worry, they're not going to crawl all over my house. So this is how a silkworm which turns into a moth, very similar to a butterfly, is created. We talked first about eggs that hatch, and there they are. They're tiny little eggs. And do you see those little black dots? Well, that's what's going to come out of those eggs eventually. And they will be little teeny tiny caterpillars, just like this one. And it will eat and grow and grow and eat and grow some more until it's ready to make its chrysalis or its cocoon. Now, there's two things here. Now, the big white one that looks like an egg right here is what the chrysalis or cocoon would look like if you saw it outside in your yard. But if you took away the blanket that's covering him, this is what the little silk moth would look like inside of the cocoon. He looks very different, doesn't he? He was big and white over here, and now that he's inside, he's looking a little different and starting to change. So he's going to hatch, 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 and he's going to turn into this beautiful golden colored moth. Not quite like the butterflies that we usually see, but that's exactly how our butterflies come to be. I have a very special book to read to you today. It's called The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Do you have this book at home? I'll bet some of you do. Well, I'm glad that you want to read this story along with me today, so let's get started. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. Here he comes out of the apple. On Tuesday, he ate through how many? 1, 2 pears, but he was still hungry. There he comes out of the pear. On Wednesday, he ate through plums. How many plums? 1, 2, 3 plums. But he was still hungry. What did he eat next? You're right, strawberries. On Thursday, he ate through strawberries. And how many strawberries do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4 strawberries. But can you guess? He was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through oranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. But he was still hungry. Oh my! On Saturday, he ate through a piece of chocolate cake, an ice cream cone, a pickle, Swiss cheese, a slice of salami, a lollipop, a piece of cherry pie, a sausage, a cupcake, and my favorite, a piece of watermelon. And that night, he had a tummy ache. The next day was Sunday again, and the caterpillar ate through one nice green leaf. And afterwards, he felt much better. But now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. So he built a small house called a cocoon all around himself, and he stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. The end. All right, do you think you can help me retell the story? Let's try. At first, we had a small, small egg on a leaf. Do you see it right over here? There it is. Then one morning, the sun popped up, and out of the egg came a very tiny caterpillar. Can you see how tiny he is there? And he was very, what? Do you remember? He was hungry. So he started to eat. And as he ate, he got bigger and bigger. Oh my goodness, look how big he's gotten. And soon he was so big, it was time for him to make a home for himself. So our little caterpillar climbed up on the tree and made himself a chrysalis. And he stayed inside the chrysalis for almost 2 weeks, maybe more. And when he was finished, he nibbled, came right out of that cocoon and became a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. Good remembering. I have a really fun song for us to sing about caterpillars, and you need to get one. So can you get a little caterpillar? Put your finger up. He's going to be our caterpillar. The little caterpillar climbed up upon a leaf, spun a little chrysalis, and then went fast asleep. While he was sleeping, he dreamed that he could fly. And later when he woke up, he was a butterfly. Can you move your arms like a butterfly? Good job. I have a really fun little game I want to play with you, and it's about our caterpillars on a leaf. So will you play along with me? It's a great counting game. Thanks. I have a little leaf game here for us to play. Do you see the green leaves? Let's count to see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 green leaves. And I have lots of little green caterpillars. Are those really caterpillars? No, they're actually noodles. And I'll share with Mom and Dad how I made them in case that's something that you might want to do at home together. So let's take a look at these leaves. They have numbers on them. Do you recognize any of those numbers? Do you see the number 3? Can you point to it? Yeah, there it is, right there, number 3. Do you see the number 1? Point to that one. Yeah, it's right there. What number is this? Let's count the dots to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the number 4. How about this one up here? Do you recognize that one? Oh, I heard everybody say it. That's a 2. And we know it because there are 2 dots. 1, 2. And the last leaf we have is a number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. So there are our leaves. So we're going to match the caterpillars to the numbers. So let's start with number 1. How many dots are there? There is 1 dot. So how many caterpillars should I put on that leaf? Yep, we're going to put 1. We're going to match 1 caterpillar for each of the dots. So let's try the next one. What comes next? 2. 1, 2 dots. 1 caterpillar. Oh, he doesn't want to stay there. There he goes. And 2 caterpillars. How about the next number? What is that? Number 3. Let's put 3 caterpillars. 1, 2, stay on there, and 3. 3 caterpillars. How many caterpillars do I need for our next number? Let's count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, we need 4 caterpillars. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our last number is a number 5. Can you show me 5 fingers? Good job. Let's count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Whoa, they're rolling away. Let's move the number just a little bit and try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have all of our caterpillars matched up to our numbers. Great counting. Terrific job today, everybody. Thanks for playing along with me and counting and reading our story. Let's say our prayer and say goodbye for now. I can't wait to see you next time. We're going to talk about one of my favorite insects. Let me give you a little hint. He makes this sound. Bzzz. Do you think you know what it is? All right, that's what we're going to talk about next time. Let me see your pinkies. Glory to God as the angels sing. Thanks be to God for everything. God forgive me as I forgive others. Bless everyone, my sisters and brothers. And last of all, dear God, bless me. Bye, everybody. See you next time.